Kudos to the Montreal Alouettes. They just continue to roll this season, even with all the injuries. But for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, things go from bad to worse. They dropped to 2-7 on the season. And right at the start of this game, the very first possession, the very first play of this game, it was an offside. It set the tone. We only saw Levi Mitchell for one series, Jim, and then it was Taylor Powell after that. You can look at all Bo's numbers this season and say, it's great. He's doing really well individually, but the team's not winning, and clearly that change, as Scott Milanovich said, it was made to put a spark into that team.
And that's what he said at halftime, and obviously something had been brewing, or because you don't take him out after they go offsides the first play, they fumble the first real play on first down, they fumble and lose that, and it just kind of went downhill from there. And then Bo Levi, I think, went one more series, and then he came out. Again, this team they had all kinds of problems. They had again 3 times the penalties of the Alouettes. They had turnovers. They had trouble all game, even with Taylor Powell. Their defense played a little better, but just not good enough to overcome just a lackluster effort on offense.
Yeah, it seemed like they're out of sync, and I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. The team has just lost kind of hope. But, Jim, you asked me a very pertinent question to the situation going on in Hamilton right now. How does a quarterback recover from this, or do you go back to Bo? Well, this is the second time we've seen it. We saw it in Calgary, and Dave Dickinson moved on for Jake Mayer. And now it seems like we saw Scott Milanovich do that with Taylor Powell moving on from Bo. So, to me, this is a situation where, hey, if you play the game long enough, yeah, you're going to get pulled. And, you know, you're going to sit and you're going to ride the bench because things aren't going your way. And heck, I got pulled in the Grey Cup once, Jim. So, you know, I rebounded from that. Yeah, Bo can rebound from this. But, yeah, I think it's going to be very difficult because the numbers, everybody talks about his numbers here. 18 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. He's throwing for a lot of yards. He's moving up the ladder in statisticals for all time in the CFL, and those are great. But the bottom line is this football team is not winning games, and Scott Milanovich, I believe, in my opinion, has moved on from Bo, and it's Taylor Powell's team for now to get that spark from week to week.
It absolutely is Taylor Powell's move right now. It's his team, and Scott made a decision, and now he's just got to live with it. And at the end of the day, you got to commit wholeheartedly when you make a move like that. You got to give him the time at practice. You got to give him a chance to literally take control of this team, and I believe that Scott is going to have to do that after making a decision like he did today. And going forward, you have to believe that you can't come into a game, especially the best team in the league, on hostile territory, to come in and not have the preparation that you need. There needs to be a greater sense of urgency from that locker room in Hamilton. I don't know what they got to do, but they got to have more sense of urgency going forward for this season if they want to keep this season alive.
Well, and that's the thing, too. We're past the halfway point now, and that was kind of a make-or-break game, I think, in a lot of people's opinion. But for Bo Levi Mitchell, he's just 6 wins away from that 100 mark. Will he reach it? Now we just don't even know as we send it back to SportsCenter.